Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us with The Perspective. I'm Victoria Davis. As we do every Friday, it's time for the Vampire Report, where we look back at the week in vampire news, politics, and popular culture. Coming up, can a new pill make you more like a vampire? A reality star gets real in the bedroom. And later, we'll take a visit to the kitchen of world-renowned chef Tom Colicchio, where he'll let us in on the secret to a revolutionary new way of cooking for humans who dine with vampires. But first, I'd like to draw your attention to a disturbing phenomenon that's occurring across this country. Homemade murals of anti-vampire sentiment are going up in increasing numbers, and it's happening in all regions of the nation. These are a couple of examples which were posted on the American Vampire League website. Now, these messages are obviously expressing the thoughts of a select minority in America, but at what point does free speech become hate speech? As we see here, it can be a thin line between expressing one's independence and their bigotry. I think the fact that these images are a public sign of open aggression towards vampires is what startles me the most. So you have to ask yourself a scary question. How far do these messages have to go before vampires decide to stand up for themselves? Moving on, we all know the stories about vampires in the bedroom, right? But have you ever wanted to perform like a vampire? Well, there might be a new product for you. If your self-esteem is low and you happen to be watching TV at 3 a.m., then your prayers may be answered when you see this infomercial.
I used to live in my parents' basement. Now I can't even keep the ladies out of my bedroom.
You can wear all the silver you want. You can sunbathe all day long, and you can still have all those incredible abilities in the sack enjoyed by our undead friends. And it's all thanks to V-Longate. V-Longate stimulates the brain to redirect powerful chemicals to a certain region of the body, promising increased potency, prowess, and power. What the hell are you guys waiting for? Get out the door and get yourself some V-Longate.
Doesn't it seem like those infomercial hosts truly believe that if they yell louder, then they'll sell more of their product? Well, I guess something has to keep you awake in the middle of the night. Please remember that V-Longate has not been approved by the FDA, and one should always consult a physician before taking any medication. And sticking with this theme, we come to our next story. If you're a reality TV fan like I am, then I'm sure you remember Daniela from the short-lived Make Me a Super Vampire. The charming Daniela became as famous for hiding cookies under her bed as she became for her recent diatribe against vampire-human marriages. And now, I ask you, wouldn't it be ironic if she were caught on camera with a vampire in her very own celebrity sex video?
You look beautiful.
Thanks.
Trust me.
Hey, baby. Here I come. You ready for this? Do you think you can handle me? I want you to bite me.
The day after this video surfaced on the internet, Daniela issued a public apology to her fans. Seems like a well-timed mistake since the new movie that she's in hits theaters this summer. A special thanks to my producer for his late-night internet research on that story. Good work, Steve. And now we switch gears from the bedroom to the kitchen. No clip of the week this week. Instead, we have something better. We met up with world-renowned chef Tom Colicchio earlier this week at his New York City restaurant. He has an inventive take on how to eat a meal with a vampire. Take a look. So Tom, thank you so much for having us. Now, we all know that vampires don't eat, which poses somewhat of an awkward situation for humans who want to eat with them.
Exactly. I have a few friends that are vampires, and I've had this issue. We go out, and I'm sitting there through an appetizer, an entree, dessert, and they're just kind of nursing a True Blood. It's a little awkward. So I've come up with this sort of way to get your meal and a drink. So we're going to start off by making a little elixir. And so we have some star anise, we have some mustard seed and fennel seed, a little bit of licorice root, and we have some chamomile. Pull it off, some little chamomile, and some parsley, and a little bit of thyme. We kind of put that all in there, and then we have a little bit of chicken stock, and we're going to just pour that, and this is hot.
Okay.
So we're going to pour that over, and we let that steep just for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Now in the meantime, we have some sugar snap peas. We're going to add a few of those.
Did you cook those beforehand?
Yeah, now these are just roasted very quickly. I wanted some roasted flavors in there as well. And we have a little bit of fennel. And we have some fava beans.
So I guess the protein is in the bean.
Exactly, yeah. And then we have some spring onions that were roasted. Give her a little spring flavor.
So you know what goes together.
Well, sure, I have a little saying that if it grows together, it goes together. Things that come out of the ground at the same time usually have a natural affinity for each other.
Oh, okay.
And then we just pour the chicken stock in.
Oh yeah, so it's nice and warm.
Yeah, it's nice and hot, and it has all that great flavor from all those herbs.
Warm like true blood. All right, blend it all up.
Turn the blender on. I'm gonna give that a good blending. This is beet juice.
Aha.
So we want to get the color in there too.
Right, so it
this-
resembles true
Yeah,
blood.
so this is just beets that are juiced and then cooked way, way down.
Okay.
So we're going to add some of that as well.
It's starting to look a little bit more like
There
true
we
blood
go.
now.
There we go. Put it back on.
Ooh. Easy.
Easy to do and delicious.
Smells good.
There we go. That's for you, Victoria.
Thank you. It's nice and warm.
That's about 98.6. Just exactly the way it should be.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. That's actually really good.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know, of course it's gonna be good coming from you, Tom, but it's actually really good. What a perfect solution to this little awkward problem.
Thank you.
It's like what I like to see, meal in a glass. Cheers.
Thanks.
Well, that about does it for this week's Vampire Report. Thanks again to our friends at bloodcopy.com for all their help. After a short break, what did the Vice President say that offended an entire southwestern town? See what he's apologizing for this time. Stick around.
Visit www.escapetheeverydaysweeps.com from May 23rd through July 3rd and enter the code word DEAD. You could win $10,000 towards HBO, TV service, internet, phone, and other instant True Blood prizes.